Hey guys, in today's video we're doing a makeup look, kind of like first impressions as well, of the Laura Los Angeles Nudie Patootie palette. So yes, I just did this makeup look right here, and if I see how I got it, then just keep watching. Okay, so I'm gonna start off by priming my eyes. I'm gonna use my normal primer that I always use, which is the Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Vanilla. I used to use eye primers a lot, but I really like this concealer as an eye primer. Okay, so now my eyes are primed, I'm going to jump into the Nudie Patootie palette. And I'm first going to take the shade Undressed right here. I'm going to apply this all in my crease, kind of like a translucent shade. And I've never used this palette before, so it's kind of like a first impressions. This is my first time using one of her things from her brand. So I'm not going to make this video like a full review of the palette. I'm just going to kind of like tell you like what I think about it as I'm going through. But so far, like, this shade doesn't have any fallout on it at all, so that's nice. And the color builds pretty nicely. When I first put it on, it didn't really like look that intense, but once I build it up a few layers, it's really nice. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in the shade Streaking right here. I'm also gonna buff this just in my crease. I want to use like a lot of different shades to make this look really smoky and like three-dimensional, so I'm gonna use a bunch of shades. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take a bit more like precise brush. I'm gonna take the shade Reveal right here, and I'm taking this on a Morphe M433. I'm just gonna build this up my crease as well, just starting to deepen it up a bit more. And it's okay if the outer edge gets a bit messy, because I'm going to go back and clean it up later. So far the shade's deepening up the look really nicely, and it's blending out pretty much the same as all the other shades. Okay, so now I'm going to go back into the shade Streaking right here. And I'm just going to blend out the topper half of my lid area. Make sure everything's really, really seamless. Okay, so now I'm going to take the shade Butt Naked right here. I'm going to start to build up more precisely my crease. I'm using a Morphe M506 brush. It's a really nice, precise brush. It's really good for building like deeper colors in your crease. I feel like these shadows are very soft, but there's no powder with it. I know it looks a bit messy right now, but it's just the way my eyeshadow turns out before like I clean it up. I don't know how people like keep their eyeshadows so like neat and tidy, like right on their eye. I cannot do that. Okay, so far I'm really happy with the blend of these shadows. And one thing I wanted to mention is that this took me like no time to blend this out. Normally I take a really long time blending out my shadows, but this took like no time at all, so I feel like it's really nice for like everyday people who like want a nice neutral warm palette with like a little bit like deepening shades right here. It gives like a bit more like a dramatic glam, but I feel like this palette is perfect. So it's very user friendly, I feel too. Like it wasn't difficult to blend, very easy, so just thought I'd mention that. I'm going to take the shade Nakey Nakey right here. I'm just gonna really take a very light amount of this and just put like a little bit more definition in my crease. If you want to keep this look a bit more like bright and light, you don't have to, but I feel like I need a little bit more something before I do a cut crease. Okay, so now before I apply a shimmer shade on my lid, I want to do a cut crease. Just make the lid like really clean and like sharp and precise. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I just applied my foundation, my concealer, my powder. I just used the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation stick and the Tarte Shape Tape. And then now I'm going to finish up the lid, and I'm going to go back into the palette, and I'm going to take the shade Jaybird right here. It's like a really pretty cranberry fiery shade. I'm going to put this all over my lid. I'm going to apply it dry first, so if you are curious, you can see what it looks like when it's dry. I always like to apply my shimmers with Matte Fix Plus, but alright, so I'm already seeing a little bit of fallout, so I'm just going to start my brush to help me like not get fallout. I didn't think about that before I did my foundation, but actually I'm just going to apply a little bit of powder on my under eyes because this shade is giving me a bit of fallout, which is fine because pretty much 90% of shimmer shades do that to you, but just thought I'd let you know. Applying some loose powder will help me like sweep away any of the excess powder. What? I can just really easily sweep it away. I feel like the shade is perfect for Christmas. The shade is a bit crumbly, I will say. Like, okay, so now I'm gonna take the shade right here called Uncovered and apply this to the inner part of my lid. Ooh, I like that a lot. That one like layered over top gives it a really cool effect. I really like the look of that so far. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this shade right here and I'm gonna do like a bit of like a smoky winged liner effect. Normally I would like go in with like a liquid eyeliner and just do a wing, but I feel like today I want to do like a bit of like a smoky eyeliner, so I'm gonna do that really quickly. I'm just gonna hold a card up and go in. I'm also going to take a little bit of the shade Buff right here. Take a bit more like a shimmering shade. You guys hear those birds? Oh my god. Pretty much like this eye done. I'm going to clean it up a little bit more, but that's pretty much it. And then I'm going to finish up this eye off camera and apply some lashes and move on to the rest of my face. Okay, so I just finished up my lashes and to bronze, I'm going to use my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer. I'm going to go with like a really bronzy look today. Because the eyes are very warm, I want that face to match it. And I applied the Ardell Magnetic Lashes in style 001, by the way. I feel like I wanted to keep the eye look a bit more, not soft, but like a bit more soft than like regular like strip lashes, you know? And then for blush, I'm gonna use my Wet n Wild Apricot in the Middle blush. To highlight, I'm gonna use my Ofra Rodeo Dry Highlighter. And then for my inner corners, I'm going to take the palette and I'm going to go into the shade Stark right here. The shade isn't like super intense, but it still looks really pretty. Okay, and then for the lower lash line, I'm going to take a mixture of these two shades right here and apply them down there. And then I'm just going to take this shade right here, apply that down there as well, more towards like the outer V area. And then I'm just going to apply some Lower Lash Mascara, and then the eyes are done. For lips, I'm going to use my Bite Multi-Stick in the shade Blondie. It's like a nice warm nude. Perfect for a look like this. Okay, so that completes this video. Thank you so much for watching. Overall, I really enjoyed this palette. I think I created a really pretty look with it. Everything blended out really nicely, and the colors were pretty pigmented. They weren't like overly pigmented to where it was like too much on your eyes, but it was like a perfect amount. So yes, that completes this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please remember to subscribe and like it before you leave. And if you want to see more videos from me, I upload Mondays and Fridays. If you want to see those videos, and stay tuned. Other than that completes this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, so I'm gonna start priming my eyes. Oh my god. Okay. And this isn't gonna be like a full-on review either. Like, I'm just like, oh my god, what is focusing on me? The Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade. Take the shade